Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sierra, and today I am going to be doing this mold here. It's of the little reindeer, and you have small, medium, and large. And there's a few things I want to do in this portion of the video, and that is the noses and the little hats that they're wearing. I have 2 ounces of resin here mixed up. And I want to get some little cups. See, I want that one. These are little 1 ounce little specimen cups, I guess you'd call them. So I've got 2 of those and a paper cup. Or maybe I don't even need the paper cup. So what I want to do is I want to pour some resin in there. About that much. I may have to mix up some more, or I may have enough. We'll see. And we'll go there. Maybe I should try just mixing 1 little cup at a time. Yeah, we'll do this one first. I have some glitter, and it's by Artaza Night Sky Blue. And I'm going to open it. Let me move these out of the way so I don't get glitter in there. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to pour a little bit in there. That looks good. And let me get a stick. I want it all sparkly. That is so pretty. I think I want a little bit more glitter in there. Just a little bit. You could also use alcohol inks, pigment dyes, mica powders in place of the glitter. I'll set this down right there. Then I want 1 on this size. Did I do it right? Yeah. Just like so. And then obviously don't need a lot of resin in here. Got that one there, and I'm going to take the red. I'll pour some red in there. I'm using fine glitter. Wipe this off so I can reuse it. Mix it up. Isn't that pretty? A red in this hat. Not too much. A little bit of red in this hat. Ooh, not too much. And in this one. Okay, I'm going to get these spread out and we'll move on to the next step. Okay, I have some resin in there, and I have some chunky brown glitter. I'm going to get me a spoon. I'm going to open it all the way up. I'm going to scoop out the glitter over here. It's real staticky. That is so pretty, that brown. I am going to pinch this cup and I'm going to fill in the noses the best I can. The nose. Real cute. Okay. I'm going to put blue in this one. And I am going to let this cure and I will be back for the next step. All right, these are cured and I'm going to move these over because I want to put some names down in the bellies. In order to do that, you're going to need a UV light. I'm only going to use the top half. A UV torch, some UV resin. I'm going to be using my Bond Crafter UV resin. I have a weeding tool here. I have a silicone tool, the dotting tip, some scissors, and you're going to need some vinyl, and I have some words printed out on the vinyl. I don't know, you can see some of those. And I have it in black, white, and I have it in this holographic sparkle. I think this would be kind of hard to see on camera, but you can see I have one done on that. I was testing to see if the vinyl actually cut right. It did. And I just cut it on my Cricut maker. I think I used the font called Backpack. And I did them 3/8 of an inch in height, which is, to type that into your Cricut, would be 0.375 to get it to be the 3/8 of an inch. So I'm just going to slowly pull the vinyl off some of these letters because I'm going to do one in black, white, and in the holographic. And I just don't know which one is going to actually show up better in the vinyl or in the finished product, or what color glitter I'm going to use, because I'm doing this set. Let me get this weeded. I'm doing this set for my son's in-laws, and me and my husband we're known to our grandchildren as Nana and Papa, and my son's in-laws, they're known as Grandma and Grandpa. So I got a grandma and I have a grandpa right here. Get those little center pieces, and I just move the little pieces off to the side because I don't want them stuck in my resin piece or in my final project. So I'll get this one done, and then I seen Claire from Claire's Crafty Corner. She did this, so that's all I'm going to do on camera. Okay, I didn't need the scissors just yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some UV resin. I'll probably bring you guys in a little bit more. And I'm going to take some UV resin, and I'm just going to put a thin line across the letters, like so. Then I'm going to get my little dotting tool, and I'm going to push the resin off of the letters. I want the letters covered. All of the vinyl letter covered in the UV resin, like so. Just like that. I'm going to turn it my way so I can see, to make sure the tops of the letters are covered. Just like that. I'm going to get my long neck lighter, pop any bubbles that are on there. I'm going to do a quick cure with my torch. That should keep that resin from moving. And I'm going to do this word here. Just a thin line. Again, cover the letters. And I'm going to cure this for a full 2 minutes. Okay, that is cured. Now I'm going to peel up the name off of there like that. I'm going to turn it around. You definitely want to wear gloves because the backside is not cured. You don't want to leave fingerprints. Fingerprints will show up in the finished product if you're not wearing gloves. So I got that like that. Came off nice and clean. And now I'm going to get a little bit of UV resin just on the back of that. Let's do one at a time. I want to cover those letters on this side as well. So I like to do a lot of this stuff in advance and have it ready to go for when I make something. I have different words made up like amazing, faith, beautiful, just different letters. I have them in different sizes. Pop the bubbles. I'm going to do a quick cure. I'm going to do the other one just like it, and I'll show you what they look like when they're done curing in my lamp for 2 minutes. Okay, here they are. Put it on some paper, bring it up closer for you. But there is that one and that one. And that will sit in the, I can just take it and just drop it in the clear resin. So I like doing these. So I'm going to get the other ones done and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, I wanted to show you guys something that I have been doing. I got out my little piece of plastic that I use and I put some of the resin tape and I got it sticky side up, and just to make it easier to put the coat of resin on the back. I'm going to peel this sticker off, or this name off. My grandson Gabriel. I'll set it down like that. My daughter-in-law Samantha. I'm going to put that like so. Now I'm going to get the resin out. It just makes it so much easier to apply, and you would do it the same way and then cure it for 2 minutes and then take it off, and you have your names, and you won't have to worry about trying to hold it down as you apply the back coat of resin. And the reason you want to apply the back coat, I don't know if I said it before, is you have exposed vinyl, the sticky part of the vinyl, and you have the resin under it didn't cure, and it's just kind of sticky. And I like to store these in a little jar, all my letters and words, and I don't want them sticking to each other. And you really want to make sure you get the vinyl on the backside covered like that. And then you really want to make sure you pop the bubbles, because once you cure it, if there's bubbles in it, you will see it in the finished product. And then I am going to do this one, cure it for 2 minutes, and we'll be back for the next part. Okay, I am back, and this is what the letters look like in the white and the holographic. I put it on the black card so you could see. And this is what they look like in black. And my son has a little boy who just turned a year old. His name is Gabriel. And my daughter has a little girl who will be 8 in February. Her name is Gabriella. So that wasn't planned. I just think it's so cute how that was done. What I want to do is, I'm not feeling these two here, so I'm going to take these out and just set them over here. Just not feeling those two colors. I want to go with, I have the blue, and I'm not sure I'm feeling this one either. I might just want to go with the silver and gold stand. We'll see how that goes when we get to that part. What I have 2 ounces of resin here that I had. I did heat up part A in a warm water bath, and it's been sitting for about 5 minutes degassing. And the degassing is allowing the resin to, well, degas. It gives it a chance for the bubbles to rise and pop on their own. So all I want to do is I want to pour a little bit of clear resin just in the belly portion. I'm not going to be too stressed if it goes anywhere else, but that's what I want to do here, because I want to eventually I'll probably stick with the black, but I want a clear base down just a little bit. I'll spread that out with my dotting tool. I mixed up way too much resin as usual, but that's okay. Go like that. And we'll come down here in the little ones. I'm hoping, let me see something. Just thought of it. Let me get this. I'm hoping this name fits in there. It just fits. So I might put that in at an angle. And you want to make sure that you put it face down. So we'll get to that. Let me just see what we have so far. Let me get a dotting tool. And I'm going to spread this out a little bit, just so I have some resin down. Doesn't have to cover the whole thing. That one's good. Just enough to where when I put the name down, it's not sitting on the mold. I'm going to give it a spritz of 99% isopropyl alcohol, hopefully to pop some of those bubbles. But I do want to get some of the silver. Let me get a spoon. I'm going to use this holographic silver. It is so pretty. Let's mix it up. I'm going to pull this blue one out too. Just not feeling it. Okay. That is so pretty. Yeah, that looks better than the blue. I want the base to be different. Let's do this one. I don't want to dome these, but I don't want them to be sharp when I pull them out of the mold. So I'm going to fill them up almost to the top. Because I feel if I dome these, they'll rock. They won't sit straight on a table. That's one of the reasons why I pulled those other ones out. They just didn't cure. They cured with a curve to them because I overfilled them. That one's good. Oh, I'm glad I'm looking at this because I had to pour it right on there. Let's do this one here. And I'll probably mix up some more resin with the silver glitter and finish these off. And then I will be back in about an hour for the next step. Okay, I had thought I was recording and I wasn't. But what I did was I put the names in and then I just put a little bit of clear resin over the top. It's been curing for just a couple hours. So I apologize. I do have 3 ounces of resin here, and I have 1 ounce here. So I want to get some gold in here. I don't want it to paste. I have my stick here. I may have made it a paste. That's okay. Isn't that pretty? Absolutely beautiful. All right. So I got that one. I have some little cups here. We'll start off with the big one here. I'm going to transfer, don't know how much I'm going to need. Just a little bit. We'll start off with that. And I want to go with this blue. I'm using a combination of Arteza and the Wow brand of glitter. The gold is from Michael's, so Recollections. I am going to switch this out for a different, what am I trying to say? A different stick. So, but I want to be able to reuse this again. So I'm just going to wipe it off. Set this right here. And I'm going to get my little mixing wand. I'm going to pinch this cup. I'm going to pour some gold in the little antlers. Don't know how much I'm going to need. Can always come back and add more. Don't know how much of this I'm going to time lapse. We'll find out. I have a feeling I made up way too much glitter. I keep saying that. Resin. You never know how much you're actually going to need for this kind of I think I want a little bit more blue in there. I could have used my resin dyes. Maybe if I make another set, I'll use the resin dyes as opposed to glitters. I don't know, I've been on a glitter kick. So, let's see. I'm going to start up here. Probably going to need more resin. Yeah, we'll see. More than I thought, huh? That's cute. Okay. Now I have an idea about what I'm doing. Let's get some more, a little bit more in there. Each one's going to be different because I have a different amount of resin of the clear. That's what's throwing me off right now, is the clear resin that I have already in there. Let's see how this looks. That looks so good. Okay, I'm on to a good start, I think, anyway. I can always come back in and fill these antlers up a little bit if I wanted to. That looks good. Don't want to fill these up too much because I want the feet to be able to fit into the little stand. So that cup is done. I'm going to set it off to the side, get it out of the way. And now we're going to go on to this one. Let me get another cup. Okay. Move this one out of the way. This one I'm going to make. Let's go with the green. So I'm going to need some resin in there. And I'll mix up some green. I like this green. See if that's enough. Again, I don't want to paste. Let's get some gold in these antlers here. Ooh, not too much. I did heat up part A in a warm water bath. My room is running very cold. It's very cold here in Michigan. I think it got up to 10 whole degrees last night. Very cold. I don't do well with the cold. That looks good. Looks really good. Okay. Now for the green. If I have to mix up more resin, I will. Hoping I don't have to, but I might. want to take this time to welcome all of my new subscribers. I really appreciate you taking the chance and subscribing to my channel. Let me know if there's something you'd like to see me make, and if I can do it, I will do it. And I want to thank all of my returning subscribers for your continued support. It really means a lot to me. If you haven't subscribed and you find yourself watching my channel, then hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. And also, if you like the video, please give me a big thumbs up and let me know in the comments. I like the engagement. So there's the green. I'll probably do the rest on time lapse. I'll just show you the colors. Like this is going to be for the small blue for the boy, and then I have these colors. I'll show you. You'll be able to see when I do the mixture. So I'm going to start off again with the antler with the gold, and we're just going to continue on with the process. So I will see you for demold, but I'm going to keep the camera going while I do this. Okay, these are cured. I did pop this one out to see what that looked like. I love that glitter. This one here. My husband got it for me off Temu. It comes in the little baggies, and I put it in this little spice jar. But I just love that glitter. Isn't that beautiful? I'm going to see if I can find the link to that glitter. I'll have to check with my husband. If I find it, I will have it in the description box. So we're going to pull these all out. And if you find that you have like any edges, I don't have an edge on this one. I did have a little one on this one. And I just took my deburring tool, and you want to make sure if you do this, that you do it when these are completely cured. You don't want to do it when it's soft because you'll gouge it. And you just want to just lightly run your deburring tool. I'll show you. So let's get this one out. These are the small ones. That's the large. Gorgeous. This has a little bit of a ledge. Like I said, I didn't want to dome these. This one doesn't. It might be needs a little bit of cleanup. Didn't want to dome it because I didn't want, because this part is the part that you would dome actually goes on the table, and I didn't want it to be unstable. So didn't want to do that. So these are the bases. Turned out beautiful. I'll clean these up in a minute. Okay, let's see if I got the names in the right way. Not only facing the right direction, but facing forward. So there's that one, and that says Sam. How cute. I'm going to do something with the eyes. I'll probably put some UV resin in the eyes. So we'll do that in a minute. And this is Grandma. I mean, that turned out really cute. So we got Sam and Grandma. Let's do the smaller one. This should be for Gabriel. That's for Gabriel. Let me get some paper. Let me find my card. There's Gabriel. Grandma. Sam. And then we got Gabriella's. So far I got the letters and the name facing the right way. There's the Gabriella. I love that glitter there. Yeah, they look close, but you can see they're all 3 different shades of purple. And this is for my son, Rico. I love that green. Wow. And then we got Grandpa. Let's put this to the side. That's Grandpa. So cute. Let me get my UV light and my, let's see, do I have any? I'm just going to use the black UV resin. I don't normally do UV resin on epoxy, but today I will. Okay, I turned on my air purifier. I'm going to take my deburring tool. I'll bring you guys in a little bit just to show you how I use it. I don't know if this is the right way or not, but it works for me. I hold it in, I am left-handed, but well, I'm ambidextrous really. So you just want to hold it in the hand you're most comfortable with. And this blade here is going to swivel. Okay, you're not going to worry about that. What I do is let me get comfortable here. Place a thumb, got the blade, okay? And then all I do is I angle it and I just scrape the blade just lightly across what I want to shave down. And I'm not pressing this down. I'm just scraping it along. And the blade will catch on anything that's popped up. But you do have to hold it. I mean, I see people where they don't. I can't do it like that, where they just, I don't know how they do it. Anyway, this is how I do it. And I make sure that the pieces are really cured, because if not, that blade, it is sharp. It's something you want to be careful with. It will gouge. And I just keep going round and round. I don't try to do it all in one pass. And you'll see the shavings will start piling up. And this makes a huge difference in finishing off your pieces. I see people using like the craft knives and all that, but you can do that too. Just want to be extra careful with that, because if that knife slips, it's going to go right into your thumb. So that one's done. And you see, I'm not taking a lot of time. I mean, if it was really bad, I would keep doing it, but these are just the little edges. And just hold it in your hand wherever you're comfortable. Don't want to gouge. You don't want to put pressure on that blade. and it will cut off whatever it needs to. And if you're not comfortable doing this, you can always take an emery board and file it down. But you definitely want to make sure these pieces are cured enough to where they're not bendy, they're not soft, that this blade is not just going to just gouge the heck out of it. And I've done that a few times. And these are cured. These have been cured at least 24 hours. Well, that's it. I'll just wipe off the blade. And I'm going to get a baby wipe. Wipe off my gloves. And clean all this up. It did a lot. Let's show you. That's how much it's pulled off of those. Isn't that cute? I don't want to glue them in because there's a spot up here. If I want, I could hang. They could hang these because I'm giving these to them as a little gift for their. Because our grandson is their first grandchild, so I want to do this for them. We get along really well. Me and my son's in-laws, we really get along good, which is really nice. So this is my granddaughter Gabriella's. So I'll probably be making another set for my house with my daughter and my granddaughters. So this will go with my set. But I just want to make sure that all the little feet fit. That's another thing doing this. You don't want to I'm really zoomed in. Yeah, unzoom. You really want to make sure that you don't overfill this, or you will have a really hard time fitting those little pegs in. So this is one set that I would say you don't want to dome. You want to fill it just enough to where it's filled, but it's not domed. We'll do this one on camera. I'll do the rest of them off camera. I got my UV light. Yeah, I can just, I got my black UV resin. I have some dotting tools, my UV torch, and let's get started. There's a little well. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a little well, see there, with the two eyes. So I'm going to, let me get a cup. I don't trust just dripping it down in there. Got a little silicone cup. I'll put some black UV resin. I do have my my air purifiers going. You do need some sort of ventilation and some form of a way to. It is important that you protect your lungs and your eyes, so you want to wear protective glasses. These UV lights are no joke, and they will hurt the eyes. You want to make sure you're wearing your gloves. You want to make sure that you're working in a well-ventilated room. Have some fans going and an air purifier. So that is one. I'm going to clean off my tool. Always clean your tools off, because I don't know about you, but when I come in here in my craft room, I'm not always wearing gloves. And when I touch things or clean up my desk area, I don't want to be touching uncured resin with my bare hands. So I always make sure that my tools I can use with bare hands. So I'm going to pop this in the UV light. I'm going to do that for 2 minutes, and then I will be back and we will look at all of these finished. All right, these are done. I did the UV resin in the eyes, and I think it really finished them off. Aren't those cute? I'm not going to glue these down into the base. I will let Sam's mom know what kind of glue to use if she does want to glue it into the base. If you're interested in gluing these to the base, I wouldn't do it with UV resin. I would use like an E6000 type glue to glue these into the base permanently. That's what I would use. But there are my little family. I will be making another set for me, my daughter, and my granddaughters for the house. So these ones here will be going to Sam's parents, and that's their little family there with my son. And then I'll be making another set for me, my daughter, and my granddaughters. So let me know what you think. Aren't they cute? I really like it. If you do get these molds, it does come with 2 packs of ribbon. So if you wanted to put the ribbon through the little hole here, I would use my little dental floss thing to string it through. But I don't think I'm going to put any ribbon in. I just think I'm going to leave it like this. Which one is your favorite? If you have a favorite, let me know in the comments. This one is my favorite. Right there. I love that purple. So don't forget, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Your likes and your comments really help my channel out a lot. So yeah, thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please leave in the comment section down below. If you find yourself watching my videos and you haven't subscribed, then please consider subscribing. It is free. To all my subscribers, I truly appreciate you. Could not do this without you. Y'all have a great day and God bless. Bye.